2, yeah. 1, 2. Oh.
Only 6 or 6 foot deep. Play the beat.
Yellow is the code. We going meet them on a Thursday and celebrate. When? Pana, 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 pana. Friday, Friday, Friday. Oh, oh. Friday, Friday, Friday. Bloody hell. Friday, Friday, Friday. Johnson. Friday, Friday, Friday. That's the one more time is like them mad. Them mad. Friday and the team we going beat them mad. It's late. Country fed up. Everybody wants a change. Friday and the team can lead me to a better place. And we chanting Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. But you is Friday. You is the one. Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. Everything on Friday. You have the one city left. One duck. Who will increase for relief? One duck. Who can increase the salary? It's one duck. Who can bring our country back? He's the one to take we to the top. His name is Friday, Friday, Friday. Oh, oh. Friday, Friday, Friday. Bloody hell. Friday, Friday, Friday. Johnson. Friday, Friday, Friday. One duck. Who will increase the for relief? One duck. Who can increase the salary? It's one duck. Who can bring our country back? He's the one to take we to the top. His name is Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. But you is Friday. You is the one. Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. Everything on Friday. You have the whole city love. Them can't beat we. No matter what them try, them can't beat we. Go low. Yellow is the code. All of we out in the road and we chanting Friday, Friday, Friday. Oh, oh. Friday, Friday, Friday. Bloody hell. Friday, Friday, Friday. Johnson. Friday, Friday, Friday. Them say one more time is like them mad. Friday and the team we going beat them mad. The country fed up, everybody wants a change. Friday and the team can lead me to a better place. And we chanting Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. But you is Friday. You is the one. Friday, Friday. Who we want? Friday. Everything on Friday. You have the whole city left. One duck.
Hey! We all in on this. Enough is enough. This is it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What hidden in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward, just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. You remember? Forcing them to take vaccine, all of that was spite. Enough is enough, the people say, they gone now. You want to hear that again? Enough is enough, the people say, they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough, the people say, they gone now. Totally gone. They gone now. Family gone. Crime situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Cause if they say anything, they back some food up your mouth. Stop the call. Enough is enough. The people say, stand up and fight back. They gone now. They gotta go. What I tell you? Enough is enough. The people say, come, they gone now. 1, 2, 3. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. Want to hear that again and again? Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. They gone. They gone. They gone. This country in shambles. People can't get work. Young girls on the corner begging for a buck. Why? If you don't believe, come out after 6. Nah. The things you will see on the street, you can't believe it. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. What I tell you? What I tell you? Family gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. This election. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. Not another tongue. Leaders of this country, they wicked like hell. Wicked, siding with criminals, posting with cartels. With taxpayers' money, you put on a show. So much people hungry, with no place to go. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. They gone. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. Enough is enough. Just the people say, they gone now. Family gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now.
Yellow army, are you ready? Let's take back with country. We want our PM to be Friday. We want our PM to be Friday. Friday, Friday. We want our PM to be Friday. He's as fit as a fiddle as can be. Capable of running the country. Friday. And still he has the better team. Friday, Friday, we want our PM to be Friday. Look, NDP, have the ULP on the run. Now let's get this done. We want our PM to be Friday. We want our PM to be Friday. Friday, Friday. We want our PM to be Friday. Major League, Nature and Chevron John. Lavon Bello, Philip and Keisha John. Friday, Friday. riding through the streets, going up on highway, and everywhere I turn, is chanting in my head. Chanting what? Everybody calling Friday. Friday, where you there? See, people want a change right now, they want a change. Fed up on the time and fed up on the plane. Everybody want it together, we go in. Yes, I say we want it together, we go in. Everybody show me your finger. Put up your yellow rag if you're a winner. Let we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Let we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. All the things we shoot with them. Licks. For sure. Friday and the team can beat them bad. Licks. All the key we voting now. Licks, licks, licks. We voting Chevron for OTR. The place tough. Crime up. Fat up. Then time up. But people still are balling and no love because they can't get a walk. The people want a change right now, they want a change. Fed up on the time and fed up on the plane. Everybody want it together, we go in. Yes, I say we want it together, we go in. Everybody show me your finger. Put up your yellow rag if you're a winner. Let we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Let we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. All the things we shoot with them. Licks. For sure. Friday and the team can beat them bad. Licks. All the key we voting now. Licks. Licks. Pockets and they check out with a wicked clean. The place is pressing. The country too dark. The elders are suffer. Youths and future writer. The we close our old book and new chapter start. With fresh minds and clean hearts. The people want a change right now. They want a change. Fed up on the time and fed up on the plane. Everybody want it together, we go in. Yes, I say we want it together, we go in. Everybody show me your finger. Put up your yellow rag if you're a winner. Let we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Let we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. All the things we shoot with them. Licks. For sure. Another time they're not getting no. Licks. All the key we voting now. Licks. Licks. Come and tell the caca with a wicked. Licks. All the things we shoot with them. Licks. Another time they're not getting no. Licks. All the key we voting now. Licks. From low and left on ground with a wicked. Licks. Friday and Terrence, they beat them bad. Licks. Neptune and Bruce, beat them extra bad. Licks. Jackson and Teach, them can't understand. Licks. Shallow. Cupid with the grand. Friday. Beat them bad.
Only 6 are 6 foot deep. Play the beat.
Yellow day. Yellow is the code. We going beat them on a Thursday and celebrate. When? Pana. Friday. Oh. Friday. Let's play the on. Friday. Johnson. Friday. That's one more time is like them mad. Friday and the team we going beat them mad. It's late, the country fed up, everybody want a change. Friday and the team can lead me to a better place. And we chanted Friday. Who we want? Friday. But you is Friday. You is the one. Friday. Who we want? Friday. Everything on Friday. You have the one city left. One duck. Who will increase the relief? One duck. Who can increase the salary? It's one duck. Who can bring our country back? He's the one to take we to the top. His name is Friday. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, we want to run this country for we. More jobs for the youths and them. Raise the pay for the policemen. Raise the pay for the nurses them. More job, yes, we hiring. Them send the man shortly. What? Looks like these when the polls come in. And then that Spanish street laughing. Ha ha ha. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, we wanted to run this country for we. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, 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 we wanted to run this country. We. Them talk about them getting six, but this year I tell you them taking licks. Then they ban too much gimmicks. Them attack, them attack, them attack, them a flip. Them say NDP done dead, and the yellow shot a hot top them head. Everybody don't know Labour Party dead. Say dead. The Dr. Friday. Oh yeah, yeah. We wanted to run this country for we. Dr. Friday. Oh yeah. We wanted to run this country for we. Friday don't have the plan in the hand. More jobs for moving extension. Everybody know what NDP strong. Put the X to the key to the plan. Them talk about them getting six, but this year I tell you them taking licks. Then they pan too much gimmicks. Oh lad, Dr. Friday. Oh yeah, we wanted to run this country for we. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, yeah, we wanted to run this country for we. More jobs for the youths and them. Raise the pay for the policemen. Raise the pay for the nurses them. More job, yes, we hiring. Them send the man shortly. What? Looks like this when the polls come in. And then that Spanish street laughing. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, yeah. We wanted to run this country for we. Dr. Friday, oh yeah, we wanted to run this country for we. Come on, Vincent, shot this year. Yeah, somebody say 505. Oh yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
There are potholes that could vote that are older than people who are now just turning 82. Never reparate, never reparate. Yellow till the day I beg. Of course, I trotting through the streets, going about my way, and everywhere I turn, is chanting in my head. Chanting what? Everybody calling Friday. Friday, where you there? See, people want a change right now, they want a change. Fed up on the town and fed up on the plane. Everybody want it together, we go in. Yes, I say we want it together, we go in. Everybody show me your finger. Put up your yellow rag if you're a winner. Let we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Let we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. All the things we should be there. Licks, for sure. Friday and the team can beat them bad. Licks. All the key we voting now. Licks, licks, licks. We voting sharp one for OTR. The place tough, crime up, fat up, the time up. But people still are bad in a love because they can't get a walk. The people want a change right now, they want a change. Fed up on the town and fed up on the plane. Everybody want it together, we go in. Yes, I say we want it together, we go in. Everybody show me your finger. Put up your yellow rag if you're a winner. Let we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Let we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. them future right off. Look, we close our holes, but a new chapter start. With fresh minds and clean hearts. See, people want a change right now, they want a change. Fed up of the torments, fed up of the pain. Everybody want it together, we go win. Yes, I say we want it together, we go win. Everybody show me your finger. Put up a yellow rag if he's a winner. Look, we vote them out, yes, vote them out. Yeah, we vote them out. Show me the key to the house. This time is licks. Politics we should be there. Licks. For sure. Another come and not getting no licks. On the key we voting now. Licks. Come and tell lick down with a wicked licks. Politics we should be there. Licks. Another come and not getting no licks. On the key we voting now. Licks. From low and left on ground with a wicked licks. Friday and Terrence they beat them back. Licks. Neptune and Blues beat them extra bad. Licks. Jackson and Teach them can't understand. Licks. Shallow. Cupid with the grand Friday. Beat them back.
Mariagua! Time to rise up, rise up. Philip Jackson leading the yellow wave, let we go. Oh, time to rise up, rise up. Oh, Philip Jackson leading now. Oh, yellow wave, let we go. Oh, too long we follow promises, too long we feel pain. You all we make mistake after mistake and leave we in the strain. But now the people waking up, no more we playing blind. Philip Jackson bring division, it's a revolution in whip.
No, I've seen. 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 I've seen. I've seen. I've seen. I've seen. I've seen. I've seen.
not working for me. That's why you want to vote the NDP. We need change in our own country, and I say hello. Yellow is the code, I say yellow. Yes, it overload with yellow. Yellow is the code, yes, it overload, my boy. We yellow already. We yellow already.
Yeah.
We yellow already.
Yeah.
We yellow already. And I say yellow.
Yeah, Fuji. I like the vibes. Okay, folks, we're getting ready to start. So we're going to encourage those of you out front, come down a little closer to the stage. Those of you down in the back, come up so some more. And let we, of course, get the thing started here tonight. We are in, of course, East Kingstown. And we're going to nice up the thing tonight. NDP family! Come on, man. NDP family! We getting ready for when the thing, you know. We getting ready to win the thing. For those of you at home, and the rest of the village, Malabele, we say good night to you. Before we get started, though, in everything we like to do, we like to get started with a word of prayer by, of course, invoking the presence of our Lord and Savior. I'd like to welcome at this point in time. He is the Assistant Secretary General for the New Democratic Party. Please welcome Mr. Harvey Farrell to get us started with a word of prayer here tonight, after which will be followed by the national anthem of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Good night, Mala. I'll invite all of you to join me in standing as we invoke God's presence. What? Sorry, Walvaroo. Let us pray, please. Divine Father who art in heaven, we are truly thankful to Thee for yet another night in this campaign. Thou hast been good, Thou hast been kind to us. You have kept us through the years. And we are expecting You to deliver to us the victory that we so seek, so that St. Vincent and the Grenadines can breathe again. I pray that Thou may hasten the footsteps of those who are on the way to this village meeting. And when the evening is o'er, we pray that Thou may take us all home safely. Bless the persons who will be delivering from the platform this evening. Bless us and help us to receive the message. These and many more mercies we ask in Thy name, for Christ's sake. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please remain reverent for the national anthem of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Walvaroo Village, good night! The New Democratic Party is here in the constituency of East Kingstown, the constituency where your elected representative, Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble, beat the man on the other side in every single polling station. And he is going to do it again, and again, and again. We are here tonight, spreading the message of the New Democratic Party. Here with us tonight, we must of course say goodnight to Chairman of the New Democratic Party, Major, of course, Lord, the Chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins, is here with us tonight. Joining us will also be Kashaka Cupid, and of course, you will also hear from Dr. Kishore Shallow. And a little later on tonight, you will also hear from the president and leader of the New Democratic Party, the next Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday. Folks, we are days away from a general election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They're saying this one is building up to be an epic election in this country because it is an election that the New Democratic Party is favored and destined to win. And East Kingstown will continue to wave the flag and the mantle high for the New Democratic Party with none other than Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. So to get the ball rolling tonight with our speeches and deliveries, I'd like to welcome to the podium at this time, he's the chairman of the New Democratic Party. He too is solid in the Kingstown seats of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He holds on to West Kingstown. Please welcome the Honorable Daniel Cummins, ladies and gentlemen.
Salvation, tell me whom shall I fear? The Lord is my strength, the strength of my life. Tell me whom shall I fear? Hear me now, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Tell me whom shall I fear? The Lord is my strength, the strength of my life. Tell me whom shall I fear? Come on, Christians, step on the enemy, step on the enemy. Crush the serpent, trample the dragon. Under my feet, him under my feet. Under my feet, me say him under my feet. Step on the enemy, step on the enemy. Crush the serpent, trample the dragon. Under my feet.
Walvaroo, good night! East Kingstown, good night to you. Let me greet all my colleagues in this march to victory of the New Democratic Party, and most especially the man of the hour, current and to be again representative of East Kingstown, Dwight Fitzbramble. Tonight, I come to you at a time in our history which is unique in so very many ways. Our country has been brought to shame. Our country sits at the bottom of all the tallies except when it comes to crime and corruption. And that is so because a bunch of greedy vagabonds have occupied the office of government of this country, though aging, though incompetent, though bereft of ideas, refusing to acknowledge that they have lost the ability to govern this country, refusing to acknowledge that they have saddled us with a debt that's astronomical without very much to show for it. And so you here in East Kingstown have the unique opportunity of re-electing someone whose training, just like his predecessor named Eustace, is in the field of economics, coupled with his experience and expertise, having worked in the diplomatic service of this country in very many posts. So you have a young man with talent, a young man who has picked himself up by the bootstrap, who has used the area of sports to lift himself to the national and international stage. As we approach the day when our country will breathe a tremendous sigh of relief on the 27th, as we approach that vital day, my brothers and sisters of East Kingstown, you need no explanation as to why we must get rid of these clowns. You have heard right here in East Kingstown, you have heard promises after promises after promises, and all you've gotten is neglect after neglect after neglect. If you want the best example of that neglect and that mammagism, is that steel building down there, right next to Court's Place. You need to remember all the frivolous excuses they gave. It was just an opportunity to use money where they know nobody can benefit from it. Give contracts to their friends. And it's only a white elephant with no explanation up to today. That is so typical of this rogue regime. Their interest has nothing to do with your betterment. Their interest is solely in what cutbacks they can get from whatever projects they institute. They lie to you left, right, and center. If you want further proof of that, you only have to look to my right at what was the technical center, which is now part of our community college. East Kingstown, you may not know, I had the privilege of being one of the first persons to be trained at that technical college at the very beginning. At that time, that college produced people in electrical wiring and craft, in refrigeration, in mechanical engineering, in agricultural engineering, and in so many of the areas where the ladies were trained. But I want you to understand one very important point about how they have run down that college. The tutors, at the inception, they came mainly from England. They were not just regular teachers. They were people who served in industry and brought the experience together with the academic training. I know because I was part of it. We have been begging these clowns to make sure that they understand that TVET training, technical training, is where most young people have an opportunity not just to get a job, but to make real money. But they're not paying any attention to technical education. When they closed down the technical wing, where grammar school and other secondary students, I myself got technical beginning there, right where they put the library. They destroyed that facility. They didn't replace it, They destroyed it. They didn't understand that technical training, my brothers and sisters, is not just for the dropouts. You need a certain level of academic training to be able to go into the technical field. I say all of this to tell you that the new Democratic Party will introduce proper technical training as part of our new economy so that young people could provide the services and the skills and make good money. For example, when we reintroduce Utley Hall Marina, lots of your young sons and daughters will get the chance to be trained to make real good prospects. In the world today, the training has got to be dovetailed to suit the economic development of the country. Look around and see the hospital they're building at Arnesville. More than 90% of the workers come from Colombia. They don't even employ Vincentians to mix concrete and cast. Everybody out there is overseas. Tell me, what benefit is that to us as a people when we have to pay back so many tens of millions of dollars? Hear me? You know, just as how they build the port, they want to brag about building a new hospital. I want to tell you all something. If you give these idiots and clowns the best facility for health care, they will still run it like Milton Cato Memorial Hospital because their mind is in the gutter. They don't care. They don't care about you. The problems in healthcare, the real problems in healthcare lie with the administration of the system. And you have a graceless woman who was in that job, who destroyed the poor healthcare, made it worse. And today is being paid a salary to campaign up and down this country. They think I'm done with she, but they don't know me. When I'm done with she, they will cry. They will cry shame. You know, that contract is one of the biggest disgrace in this country. Imagine a government giving out a contract to pay $12,000 a month without requiring the contractee to do anything at all. There's no need to do anything. Nothing, no deliverables at all in all my life. And I have been in management here and in the region for many years. I have never seen any stinking sweetheart deal like that. It is designed not to give the people any results, but to pay this woman for campaigning up and down the country. And tonight I want to ask you this question. In fact, I want to ask the graceless lady this question. Is it that you didn't want to run because you're afraid, Chevron? Is it? And that you were negotiating with the rogue regime to give you a handout? Because why is it that the contract which was dated in January of this year was signed in June of this year? So that you could get back pay for several months for work you didn't do and still get pay for your substantial jobs. Tell me that, Miss Graceless. Tell me that. My brothers and sisters, listen. Healthcare requires people. People who are committed, who love our country, who have a passion for the service. Not people who put the lives of so many of our citizens at risk just to fulfill their personal, worthless ego. I wait the response. I know they have a habit of trying to pull me down, but the jokers don't understand. That is like throwing water on ducks' back. Everything I've done in my life today can stand the light of day to any one of them. Any one of them. I have absolutely nothing to hide. I am absolutely proud of every single thing I have done for and in this country of mine that I love. I could have gone anywhere in the world. I suffered. I sucked salt. Remember, there was a time, my dear wife is here with me tonight. There was a time when they got rid of me. Simultaneously, they got rid of my dear wife as the president of the family court. And then they threw me down in the parliament and damaged my spine. They think that anything like these rogues and clowns could out the fire in me. None of them, not one of them can quell that spirit, that fire in me. I am driven by the need to see my people, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, get what is theirs. To be treated fairly, that we do to one as we do to all. And that is why I am so proud that Dr. Friday and this magnificent team is committed to the cause of every single Vincentian, regardless of your politics, regardless of whether they support us or not. We will work for you, we will work with you, and we'll work in the best interest of all St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My good friends, I am so honored to be here on the platform of my friend and brother, Fitz. Not that Fitz needs any endorsement. You have seen him in action over the last 5 years. You know what's in his heart. Not a single day goes by without Fitz in all our discussion, pushing every opportunity to get better for the people of East Kingstown, every one of you. And I know when he gets into government, with Dr. Friday as Prime Minister, you wouldn't want for better representation. So my friends, I want to tell you, you know what you have to do. Make sure you go out, do your duty. And when you do, kick every one of them whence they came. Everyone out of town. They don't deserve anything less than that. Together, you win, I win, all of us win. St. Vincent and the Grenadines win with an NDP victory. Good night, and God bless you.
Unity is we strength. And strength is in unity. No more friends.
Hey, I can't see all and I can't hear all you. All you need to fall in some more. Fall in some more. I can't see all and I can't hear all you. We in East Kingstown tonight, and we going to make them ball. Yeah. All right, here now. We put in all the heavy hitters them first. All the heavy hitters on them first. Because you see tonight right here in East Kingstown, it's serious business. And when it comes to serious business, we have to deliver a serious message. Because even though we know East Kingstown is solid as a rock, we ain't making no jokes and we ain't taking nothing for granted. Because we know that this time around, they're desperate more than ever. We've been seeing it and we've been hearing it. So, you see the Kingstown seats? We're making sure the Kingstown seats remain solid in the hands of the New Democratic Party. So you heard the man who holding it down for West Kingstown. Now, I want you to hear from the man who is holding it down for Central Kingstown. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, solid as a rock, the VP of the New Democratic Party, Major, the Honorable Sinclair Leacock tonight for them, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise!
It's as solid as a rock. I can't stop. If you're asking me, will my love ever be? Well, you know I tell you truthfully. If that's got no age, no beginning.
Walvaroo, Sign Hill, East Kingstown, good night. Good night. I'm here in the constituency that is described on the mainland as our Rock of Gibraltar. The national Rock of Gibraltar, of course, is Beckwith and the Grenadines. But it's only fair that we have a similar description of this constituency as the Rock of Gibraltar, because since '84, it has not changed hands. And I expect on this occasion, it will be even stronger in the hands of the Democratic Party. And that speaks volumes for your current MP, Dwight Fitz Bramble. And this ain't no Bramble talk. You don't gamble. I like that. You don't gamble. You stay with Bramble. So, tonight, I can't claim to be a rock of Gibraltar, but in central Kingstown, we are as solid as a rock, which means we take good example from Bramble and we are moving. We're doing what we have to do. As you all realize, it has been a little challenging for us in the Kingstowns for this election to have meetings in the way that we are accustomed to, even though we had a few. And that is by and large because we are laser focused on not just winning our constituencies, but winning government. And if in fact that is, and you can't question that, the right approach, then you could understand why it is, having just spoken, Daniel from West is off all the way to Fancy, with which he has a long-standing love affair, because north of the Dry River, he played a great role in his Rotary Club, I think it was, in carrying water to that constituency, and he became great friends of many people in Fancy and in other neighboring village, and so he has to go there to shore up the North Windward seat, because however you cut it and dice it, once the results come in, whether they want to start North Leeward and you start North Windward and you take the whole Leeward coast, or you keep coming down on the Windward coast, by the time you reach, yellow is the code. Yellow is the code. It look like I ain't gonna talk much tonight because I have a good speech right there. And he keeping me on track. But as you know, I also have my own meeting in Paul's lot this evening. And I have to answer a guy a little bit because I thought he would have enough sense. He's a big man and he should have had sense. And he would leave Major alone and not say some of the nonsense that he's saying. But duty calls for me to be here. Duty calls for me to be here at the side of my brother and friend and colleague, Fitz Bramble. I mean, Fitz and I go back a long, long way. Largely through football. Sometimes I have a little problem with him because one time he said he's from Bottom Tongue and next time he's from Sinel. He said he grew up in Beckway. We went down to Ural. He said he have family down there. And when I was on North Leeward, he said he might have family down there too. Actually, I warned him and Chieftain to make up their mind. Really born and always walk with the board paper. But we can't deal with that tonight. Tonight, I am happy that Fitz came to this constituency. A constituency that has always had very sound representation. You go back to it, was it Eddie Griffith or Marcus? Eddie and Marcus, or Marcus and Eddie? Then it was Eddie first, thanks for your help. And then you went to Carl Dugan, the best prime minister we had, or should have had longer, or one of the best, Arnim Eustace. And now, when you thought you couldn't grow the constituency, Fitz has come and has bonded with a large part of the constituency in the way, and you would excuse me, I would say that Arnim may not have been able to do, because he knows how to deal with the rough and tumble of the men on the blocks and the shops. But you can't have a better credentialed representative here than in Fitz Bramble. He comes from the salt of the earth. No false pretense. His mother, ghetto man. You won't have to go here because I don't like how you read in my speech. Like if you and had conversation, everything you say I agree with you. You know? He comes from the salt of the earth. Poor, struggling, working class mother. Sees the opportunity for education. made something of himself, and all along the way was never selfish about it. Always a team player. Did well in cricket, excelled in football, to the extent not only that he got a football scholarship, but he can say with loud acclamation that he has done what many others have not been able to do, represented this country abroad, far and afield, as a national treasure in the game of football. But he didn't stay there. Fitz has great credentials in the diplomatic corps. In fact, he helped the very man today who was ungrateful to write one of his first and only speeches when he became Prime Minister of this country. And he was also an outstanding economist in the Ministry of Finance. So one could go on and on and on and speak loudly of the success record of Fitz. But that is not the essential ingredient at this time. This election in 2025 is an election like no other. I want to say that. It is an election like no other. Every morning you wake, when you think it could not get worse, you see yet another display of desperation. Last week, Thursday and Friday, I went down to Union Island to help Brother Terence Olivier. And when I came back, I saw a truck driving around town, giving away windows. If you want a window, just beg for one. They give it off the truck. Friday, I went back to Beckway in solidarity with my leader, Dr. Friday. And again, the giveaways of materials and cash was evident across the country. Now, who does that in that kind of way? Naked bribing. Today, I understand, and this, by the way, this song is very good on this microphone, Songsman. Today, I understand that the Prime Minister signed a contract with a major hotel for over $100 million. And as per usual, it will create this 1,000 and that 1,000 and that 100 of jobs. That's not the point as to whether we need a hotel or whether we need job creation. But when Parliament is prorogued, the Prime Minister does not have executive power, because decisions of that kind needs the input of the legislature, which also includes the opposition. But it's not because he doesn't know, because he's a trained mind. It is because he understands how deep a doodle he is in, that to the extent that any new administration comes into office by way of an audit, a lot of them going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. Because the truth be told, they will be found wanting with their hands in the cookie jar. I'm not going to take time off, Colin, tonight to speak about the guy that is coming up against Fitz. Fitz know how I feel about him already, and I don't want to expose myself. You could call him Fluke Brown, you know him more than me. You know? But there's a story to be told. He is just one more of a set of gentlemen, and I use that word guardedly, and women, who feel that they have an entitlement to power and office. This big shot approach to politics, consistently looking down upon the masses, and for the greater part, feel that you, the ordinary working person, is but a tool in allowing them to get where they want. I close on this point because it tells the story. When Mike Brown last week
and as a senior member of the Labour Party, made a statement that in all good conscience, he could no longer support the ULP and Ralph in this election. It tells you everything. It tells you everything. And he, in fact, was holding back for a long time. For the last 4 or 5 years, I can share the story that when we would meet, he would say, he has never seen a person so greedy and obsessed with power as Ralph is. And that's the evidence. 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms, 5, and you want a 6th. And when you're out with the 6th, if you're so damn lucky, you want a 7, 8, 9, and 10 for your children and your grandchildren. So St. Vincent eventually becomes a dynasty. No Sankey, no sing so. This election, you have to make a statement in East Kingstown. You have to give Fitz a bigger margin so that when this government goes out of office, Luke the Fluke doesn't even contemplate applying for the job of leader of the opposition on behalf of the Unity Labour Party. Because that's a crisis that they will have. So tonight, I am here essentially to endorse Fitz. Say into you in loud and clear language, you have a good man. You have a good representative. You have seen him in Parliament, fearless, and he takes no nonsense. He takes no prisoners. He has clear ideas, and they are consistent with the policy of the New Democratic Party. He brings to the party added strength and leadership and dynamism. And you know when he goes abroad, he can represent you in the best ways possible. To be sure, there are lots of interests that has to be satisfied in East Kingstown, as is in West and as in Central. Because people need jobs, they need opportunity, they need health, they need infrastructure, they need education, they need social services. And yes, in this constituency, like my own, you need a sense of safety because crime and violence is also too prevalent in our blessed land. The man for that job is Fitz. Vote solidly for your MP as you returned him and returned in the Democratic Party to the glory days, the good days, the democratic days of politics in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good night, thank you, and God bless you as I go to my meeting.
Yeah!
Love of my country have me in tears.
Let me hear all you, let me hear all you.
I'm begging you, Lord, to answer my prayer.
Oi!
Father, please, we need your intervention.
Yes, man.
Bring us some healing in our
What we want? What we want? What we want?
The enemy is within the gates. Destroy
If you want your country to win,
we see a end to this suffering.
if you want SPG to win,
Right now, we're losing at everything.
hey,
And I want the country to win.
let me hear the horns.
Just want St. Vincent to win.
If you want the win,
Look around, we're losing at everything.
yes.
And I want the country to win.
All right, Fuji.
Really wants it, we want it, we want it.
All right. Hey now, I know all you want. I know all you want the victory. I know all you want the win. But remember, the only way to ensure the victory and ensure the win is to go to the polls next week, Thursday, and vote for the key. Let me tell all you something. It's more this time around than the last time. You know, every now and again, every time elections come, you hear more and more people coming. The New Democratic Party has continued to increase its lead in terms of the number of persons, the popular vote of Vincentians in this country. I can tell you tonight, here in East Kingstown, that popular vote that the New Democratic Party got in the last general election, if it has not doubled, it has tripled this time around. And the reason why I could tell you so, All the evidence is there. When you look around on social media, because I know plenty of you on social media, sometimes you come across a post from somebody and say, but wait, them they ain't been labor. And you know it's true. Sometimes you hear big shots in society. You heard Major come up here tonight self, and you say you heard Mike Brown. Mike Brown, who was a candidate for the Unity Labour Party, saying this time around, in his conscience, he can't vote and he's not going to vote this upcoming general elections. I want to talk to the Labour supporters who are viewing here tonight and who are hearing my voice tonight, wherever you are. You still have time to make the change. You still have time to do what is the right thing in your conscience, because you continue to see the Unity Labour Party go down the wrong road with bribe, victimization, and corruption. When some of them get in 2 and 3 and 4 house, how much you have? And to this day, how many of you still ain't receive lumber, cement, and galvanized to fix back after you have been after burial? But they've had the heart to come and tell you, don't grumble. Wait until after elections to grumble. Don't wait until after elections to grumble. On election day, vote for change and then jump up with the NDP after for a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The next speaker that I'm going to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, is a strong voice for the New Democratic Party and an even stronger voice for the young people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you want to hear what the young people have to say and what the plans are for young people under a New Democratic Party government, I think this next speaker is the best person to come up and do that for us tonight. Please welcome the New Democratic Party Young Dems President, Mr. Esteban Hernandez.
From the north to the south, every heart beating strong. 24 years too long. Now it's time to move on. We're tired of promises, tired of pain. We ready for progress, sunshine after rain.
Good night, Walvaroo.
Farmers one market, youth one.
Good night, East Kingstown. I had to make it my business tonight to come out here. I was not slated to speak. So I made it my business to be here because I wanted to give my personal support and endorsement to somebody who has endorsed me from the day one. Now, when I began my journey in this party as a Young Dems executive, I ran against somebody from East Kingstown for vice president. And I handedly beat her, yes, of course. But what really stood out to me on that day was the first handshake and the first congratulations that I got was from Fitz. And that was despite beating his candidate. It speaks to the quality of the man. He's always somebody who is genuine and will support you, especially when you ask him for that support. Especially when you're a young person. But I want to touch on something, and it's an observation that I made. At first, Mr. Cummins came and he highlighted the buildings, the unfinished buildings over there. And of course, it's very sad. It's very sad to see because there could have been opportunities for young people in this community. Of course, it's a whole waste of money. But I want to highlight an even more pressing issue. And it is an issue you can see at any point in the day when you pass through East Kingstown, especially Walvaroo, unfortunately. And it is the unemployed youths on the block. It is the unemployed youths on the block. Any time of the day, you drive through here, you see so many young men on the block doing nothing constructive. And every year, every election year, there is a certain person who always comes around with the big promises, or they did this and that, and they never did anything in the past 5 years. They always give the promises and break them. The youths of Walvaroo, Labour just wants to use you. They only want to use you.
They have no real plans for you. They have no genuine intentions for you. But I can tell you that Fitzgerald Bramble has your best interest at heart. There's never a time Fitz does not hold himself accountable to you. Any meeting you have, you could expect some rebellion from Fitz if it does not fit the people of East Kingstown's best interests. And that speaks of the quality of your representative. He's one of the most passionate bosses in Parliament. He never backs down and he will never leave you. East Kingstown, Labour will continue to ignore you. Even if you give them the chance, they will show you how much they will take advantage of you, even with that chance. And that is why this constituency has never fallen into those hands. And that is why continuing, especially under Fitzgerald Bramble, East Kingstown is going to be even more for the NDP, is going to be even stronger, and will be one of the most prosperous constituencies under an NDP administration. To the youth of East Kingstown, you're all sensible. You're not blind. You have good memories. You know that they're not going to do anything for you. Vote with your memory card. The NDP is the only party with a plan for you. Years ago, we already proposed the Youth Guarantee Pledge. And the Youth Guarantee Pledge is our promise to you. And by Fitzgerald Bramble being a part of this party, he is a signatory to that pledge by virtue. We will ensure that every youth in this country has the opportunity to have a job, be in a training program, or have the opportunity to go down in an internship program and hopefully get permanent employment going forward. That is our pledge to you, and that is Fitzgerald Bramble pledge to you also. Now, East Kingstown, we can argue, is the cultural capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Alright? Of course. East Kingstown is the cultural capital. Under Fitzgerald Bramble and an NDP administration, we will go further than that. East Kingstown will be the cultural catalyst of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in that you will influence how St. Vincent and the Grenadines is seen, what we song like, and who we are as a people. That is our promise to you. We will strengthen the orange economy, or what I call the youth economy. And by doing that, and through doing that, we have identified what East Kingstown is very good at, and that is music. You could say East Kingstown is the Jamaica of St. Vincent and Grenadines. It's just just communities of artists, artisans. It's something so impressive to see, especially every carnival season. We are going to ensure that these artists, these creators, these promoters, producers, we are going to ensure that you have the tools, equipment, and any support you need to have your events, to take yourselves further, and to make something of yourselves, and to further put East Kingstown on the map of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Caribbean and the rest of the world. That is our promise to you. Now, just a little thing about Fitz. When Fitz began running, you know, I used to be very annoyed by Fitz. And the reason why I was annoyed, really and truly, was just driving behind a Fitz. The reason why I was annoyed driving behind a Fitz is because, for some reason, everybody in Kingstown know Fitz. And when you're driving behind Fitz, everybody shouting Fitz. And if you know Fitz has to shout everybody back. Fitz used to hold up traffic. Very annoying, but it speaks of the quality of the man. He's a man of the people, he's a man of you, and he will be a man of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and he will support and he will represent and promote this country at the highest levels, and he will continue to do it for years and years to come. Wow. I don't know, for some reason, my mind just saying, you know. But this is my endorsement of Fitzgerald Bramble. He will continue to support the youth of this party, the youth of this constituency, and the youth of this country. I am fully confident you will give Fitzgerald Bramble an even bigger margin. As a matter of fact, I know I said that nature is in line to break the national record for votes, but also Fitz and Major and Cummins. So there's the 4 of them. Let's see who gets there first. So that is my endorsement of Fitz. Vote Fitzgerald Bramble. Don't gamble your vote. Vote Bramble.
I've been through the fire, I've suffered the pain. I have no desire
Whoa.
to vote them again.
Yeah.
I've been through the fire,
Yeah.
suffered the pain. I
Whoa.
have no desire
Yeah, man.
to vote them again.
Aye, Friday.
I hear Friday.
Yes, man.
I hear Friday.
That's the voice.
Friday.
That's the voice of the young people, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're moving along nicely. And I want to bring up our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, because he too is doing big things in his constituency. And I would know, because right now I live in that constituency. And I am seeing the kind of work that this gentleman has been putting in. The kind of hard work, the kind of effort. And everywhere you go right now, you're hearing his voice and you are seeing his presence. It is one of the constituencies I am very hopeful, and it is showing a lot of promise, because at the rate in which the New Democratic Party is going, boy, it looked like we could bring home all 15 seats this time around, eh? And I counted every single one of them, including West St. George. Welcome, one of the new boys on the block for the New Democratic Party. Welcome, Kashaka Cupid.
Shock them with eyeball. Shock them, put them out the post. Iron, shock them with eyeballs. Shock them, put them out the post. Iron. This election is very crucial. My people have to save the nation. So we making we voices loud and clear when we go to the polling station. Shock them with high votes. Shock them, put them out the post.
Thanks, Fuji. Good night, Walvaroo. Good night, East Kingstown. Good night to the strong, proud, hard-working and faithful people of this great constituency. Now from Sion Hill to Cane Garden, from Murray Village to Rockies, from Richmond Hill to Dorsetshire Hill, East Kingstown has always stood firm, just as Major in Central Kingstown. So, let me tell them when they take their challenge and dump it in Sion Hill Bay, because Fitz Bramble and the New Democratic Party staying put right here in East Kingstown. Now when I look around this community, my mind goes back to my younger days, to that special place we all know, right behind us, the Sion Hill playing field. That field wasn't just a patch of grass. Oh no. It was a stage. Our school, our dream ground. That's where I learned discipline and teamwork through the game, lovely game and beautiful game of cricket. The St. Vincent Grammar School won the first inter-secondary school championship without having the Form 6 being attached to it. And yours truly was part of that cricket championship team right here at that very moment. And I'm also currently a member of the New Democratic Party, which is going to bring home victory for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Now, I never forget that same Sion Hill playing field where I made my debut as a national under-15 cricketer, representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines, our beautiful nation in the Windward Islands under-15 championship. All you realize, though, plenty sportsmen and women are part of this New Democratic Party's team. So I'm going to tell you something. We have footballers, and my colleague Fitzbramble is one of them. We have cricketers. We have Dr. Kishore Shallow. You have yours truly. We have netballers in our sister Lavon Gibson Velox. You name it, the NDP has it. So when we come to you and say we have a plan for sports, we ain't just talking about something we read in a book or watched on TV. We talking what we know, and this comes from our basic experience from playing sports.
Real people do real things. We don't go around killing others and steal things.
Now, we all know the prowess of Fitzbramble. So I don't need to tell you any more about him. He's a national footballer, and that's Fitz big time, but you all didn't know he was a cricketer too. Now, these are things you know. Now, I don't have to tell you that even the man over so knows who Fitzbramble is, and he's a brilliant man. So all of us, we sent him across the world to represent us in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to talk about our economy. Because as you all know, he's a trained economist, and he knows ways in which we can make St. Vincent and the Grenadines better through the development of our economy. So when Fitz speaks about putting money back in your pockets, this is a man who is talking from his own experience. When he talks about creating opportunities for the young people, he is talking from an informed position. As an NDP man, you see him fighting for the betterment of the constituents of East Kingstown. Not just the people who voted for him, but the entire constituency. So when you need assistance, he doesn't wait for you to call him. The man shows up. And that's the quality of an outstanding representative. As Dr. Friday always says, an NDP government is a government for every Vincentian. So let me tell you, my people of West St. George now, they could always rely on me to represent everybody, because together we win. So East Kingstown is not one time, two times, or three times. I have heard Fitzbramble discuss his plans on numerous occasions. Every time we talk, he talks about his constituency and how he can improve the lives of each and every one of you. I know for a fact that he is on a mission to bring back the glory days in East Kingstown. The days when you dominated sports and things were cultural. I know he wants to bring back the strong sense of community spirit and pride in this constituency once more. So now I will tell you this much though. I'm not planning to play around in West St. Georgia, and you heard it from our MC tonight, Colin Graham. Now, because Fitz was an outstanding national sportsman, as well as yours truly. We will definitely see inter-village competitions between West St. George and East Kingstown when we form government. Because I know the New Democratic Party's team will transform sports in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and you have the assurance in the Honorable Fitz Bramble. Now we have heard about sporting facilities, they have locks on them. They have locks that prevents our athletes from training and engaging in physical activities. And they have sporting facilities around this country. And we will open up places so that our young people could have somewhere to sweat and enjoy themselves. So now is the time to put up the floodlights and go back to the days when children and elders alike could enjoy a nighttime game, shell some peanuts, and eat some roast corn, which I dearly love. The New Democratic Party, as part of our mandate, we will light all existing sporting facilities in across this country. Now you may wonder, how we as a team going to do all of these things? Remember, we ain't talking about things we ain't know. As I said, we're talking from an informed position and a position where we come from a lot of experience. We have a competent team that comes with you all kind of skills and experiences, from bankers to teachers to sportsmen to lawyers to economists to preachers to engineers to military trainers. We have a competent team to take this country forward. So listen to the plan once more. We are going to start fixing the roads. That's our priority, because at the end of the day, good road network is a must to push growth and development. If we want to ensure that agriculture is one of our pillars, we need to ensure that our goods reach the port with minimum bruising. As a result, we must have good roads. When our athletes have to travel around this country, we can't have them injuring themselves because of the bad roads. Come on now, man. Our roads are in a complete state. And the New Democratic Party would ensure our infrastructure is given the necessary attention it deserves. So Team NDP is going to also invest in housing. Over the years, we have seen quite a few houses getting damaged because of bad weather. We in the New Democratic Party want to give you the assurance that you're sleeping at night and the rain falls. The only thing you can do is just pull the blanket a bit tighter and snuggle up in your bed, knowing that your house could withstand the adversity of the weather. So we're not just promising dreams. We are going to help you build those dreams, my people. So because sports is a priority for the New Democratic Party, we are going to transform all sporting facilities in all 15 constituencies. Now I'm going to leave it at that, because I know my brother would speak a little bit more of his plans for sports in East Kingstown. So let me just wrap up here by reminding you that not a soul could shake Goliath you have here in Fitzbramble. So when you see November 27th comes, when it rolls in, if you had plans to stay home, I'm telling you now, change those plans. Because you in East Kingstown have a strong message to send for his opponent, you have to show him that Fitz Bramble is the man to run things in East Kingstown. Now, I heard last election, the first results that were called was in East Kingstown. That is true? Well, here what I want y'all to do. The numbers were not sizable enough last election. We're going to grow those numbers now. Okay? We're going to make them bigger. So this time, Fitz Bramble, his victory would be even more substantial than last election. So young people, believe me when I tell you the New Democratic Party is going to invest in you. The New Democratic Party wants to see you earn using your skills and your talents. This is why our leader, our esteemed leader, Dr. Godwin Friday, has introduced the National Athlete Pledge. Now we're saying every young cricketer, every footballer, every athlete, every netballer, we see you. We're going to support you. You're going to train, we're going to train you. We're going to equip you. And most of all, we are going to reward you. So no young Vincentian should ever have to give up his or her dream because of lack of finances or lack of opportunity. The New Democratic Party is saying loud and clear, if you have talent, we'll give you that opportunity to exercise and portray that talent. If you have the drive, we'll give you that platform because you, our youth, you are the future of our nation. And your time, our youth, your time is right now. So once again, I ask you, I implore you to give your support to the New Democratic Party right here in East Kingstown once more. With the Honorable Fitz Bramble in his second term, you could be rest assured that your representative would stay connected to you. Your representative would consult you and make decisions that are in your best interest. Because when Fitz Bramble wins, the New Democratic Party wins. And when the New Democratic Party wins, all St. Vincent and the Grenadines wins. Together we win. Good night. God bless you. Thank you.
Shock them with diamonds. Oh, shock them, put them on the post. Shock them.
Shock them, Shaka! All you give it up. West St. George. Shaka Cupid. And then Shaka Cupid, just like the song say, we going to shock them in West St. George. Folks, more and more persons are coming over to the New Democratic Party. More and more persons want to be on the winning side of things this general elections. And when I say more and more people are coming on board with the New Democratic Party, I want our NDP supporters. I want our NDP supporters to listen. I want you all to welcome them. I want you all to embrace them. I don't want you all to chase them and say, oh, them there's label, let them they go so. No. Because just like the New Democratic Party and just like the t-shirt that you are wearing, it means something. Together, we win. And we know plenty of them are coming on board and are wearing the better color, the yellow. Plenty of them are jumping from the sinking ship and coming over to the victory royale of the New Democratic Party. We must welcome them. Listen to me. From time to time on social media, we would see pictures of New Democratic Party supporters in their t-shirt embracing persons from the other side, Labour. And I say into it, I like that and I want to see more of that. The reason why I say I like that and I want to see more of that, because we are more than just yellow and red. We have intentions. And the NDP say again, together we will win. And we must welcome them, we must embrace them, and we must tell them that together we will build a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And here now, they're speaking up. They are speaking up and they are talking up. Their voices are being heard. Many of them are speaking up and we must listen carefully to what they have to say, because together we win. What is the code? Yellow is the code. What is the symbol? The key. And how we voting? NDP. What is the code? What is the symbol? And how we voting? All right. That is the call this election. Yellow is the code, the symbol is the key, and we vote in NDP. Please welcome, you just heard from West St. George, Kashaka Cupid, one of the constituencies I know coming home in the general elections. And just as I know West St. George coming home for the general elections, I know the sister constituency of East St. George, without a question, without a doubt, because when we get rid of one Gonzales, we're going to get rid of all of them. Please welcome to bring some greetings tonight from East St. George, Laverne Gibson.
Good night, Walvaroo. Good night, East Kingstown. Tonight, I'm here simply to bring you greetings from the most beautiful constituency of East St. George. Tonight, I'm not going to be long. I'm actually going to be very brief. But I want to tell you that East St. George is joining East Kingstown in coming home to the New Democratic Party. It's all kind of craziness happening in East St. George, you know. Campaign manager getting fired, all kind of thing. But East St. George NDP is steering the course to victory because we have to form part of the new government led by Dr. Godwin Friday. Now, I don't have a lot to say tonight, but I will tell you that Fitz Bramble is the only choice for East Kingstown. The only choice. Because based on the track record of his opponent, that opponent in the realm of politics in East Kingstown is a non-issue. Thank you very much.
What is the code? What is the code? What is the code? Yeah, man. All right. Short and sweet, short and sweet. Folks, we have a lot of people here tonight. Let me take this opportunity to big up two outstanding members of the New Democratic Party who I'm surprised to see here with us tonight. I must acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus De Freitas is here with us tonight. And of course, Brother Bernard Wiley is here with us tonight. And I am sure they're not only here tonight for the vibes and the nice time, but they're also here tonight to show solidarity and show support for your candidate for East Kingstown, Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. All right. Let me check all you. What is he called? December, Leslie. And how we voting? All right. Please welcome our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen. One of the local speakers now. Not one of the regular NDP platform speakers. One of the local speakers. Somebody from right here. Somebody from in the constituency. Somebody from right here in your midst to come and speak to us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome. She goes by the name of Lala. Please welcome Lala London to give us some greetings and a message tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Lala.
All you come in. Yellow Army. Remember good. NDP we ready. NDP we ready.
Good night, Walvaroo. Good night, East Kingstown. Good night to the men and women of the NDP. I am honored to be here this evening. My story is one of change. You are looking at the face of change. I was born Labour. The first time I voted in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I voted for the ULP. But that was not my family tradition. It was because at the time, I believed that change was inevitable. But I am here to tell you that I no longer support the ULP.
All you come in. Yellow Army. Yellow. Remember good.
Yes, I was one of them. I helped to usher in the Rev Gonzalez ULP into power in 2001. I was also a part of the East Kingstown ULP constituency office in 2005. I say all that to say that I was well aligned, but no more. ULP is dead.
All you come in. Yellow Army. Yellow. Remember good.
I would always be about country first. And when you're not indebted to one man, when you're not aligned to any particular party, that it is country first, then you are free to stand here on this platform and say country first. When my representative, the handsome, intelligent, affable, hard-working, dedicated Fitz Bramble, when he asked me to be here tonight, it was indeed a pleasure. And I am here to tell you that I have taken it upon myself to form the coalition of ULP for NDP. There are many of us like myself. Just a few days ago, Mike Brown, former government minister of West St. George, declared he no longer supports the ULP. I am the voice of the voiceless, dead and alive. All those who cannot come out and speak, I am speaking for them without fear. It is time for Rob Gonzalez to go. Someone messaged me a few days ago, and they said, is it safe to visit St. Gonzalez and the Grenadines? I said, St. Gonzalez and the Grenadines. And then I said, we're taking it back.
NDP stand up.
Woo!
All you coming. Yellow.
It is time for Rob Gonzalez with his vaccine mandate, who took hard work interventions and put them on the breadline. We are going to vote him out. So, I am here to endorse my representative, Fitz. I've known him since we were students at A-levels at the St. Vincent Grammar School. He has all the qualities that it takes to lead this constituency and lead our country into the future. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I love you.
NDP stand up.
Come. I want me NDP family come, let we welcome her to the fall. All you come, let we welcome her to the fall. All you come.
Yellow.
NDP, welcome her to the fall.
All you coming. Yellow army. NDP
She was once Labour, now she is standing proudly with the New Democratic Party, and we welcome all to come and join the NDP.
NDP stand up.
And of course, she has been embraced now by her new representative, Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. Hey.
NDP we ready. We more than ready now. NDP we ready. NDP we ready now. NDP we ready.
Hold on. You see, when I tell all you tonight that more and more people are coming on board with the New Democratic Party, we must not shun them. We must welcome them, because what? Together we win. They say no victimization. They said, hey, all you see the other night, they had a rally. The man, one the G fellas, the Gonzalez fellas, was talking, and somebody bring an umbrella to shake. He said, man, you want an umbrella and push it. That is not we here in the New Democratic Party. We love everybody, and we welcome everybody, and we treat everybody the same. Well, there's only one thing left to do now, because guess what? You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like Lala, all you make some noise and welcome the man who will continue to represent you in East Kingstown, the undefeated, undisputed King of East Kingstown. Please welcome none other than Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble.
Under the ULP, oh gosh, I'm so ashamed, it make me angry. When I see so many people living in poverty, it's time enough we get rid of ULP to end corruption, victimization, nepotism, bad representation, for accountability, a better economy.
We come here to vote them out. Yeah, Fuji, yeah.
We gonna vote them out.
We coming to vote them out.
We coming to
Vote them out.
We coming to
Vote them out.
We coming to
Vote them out.
We coming to
Vote them out.
We coming to vote them out. We coming to vote them out.
Yes, Walvaroo! East Kingstown! Wow. Well, let me first of all recognize the presence. You know what? Let me start with the most important first, here. And let me welcome, recognize, and express my love, care, and appreciation for the people of Walvaroo, Roseau, Annisville, and East Kingstown. Because I will tell you this, notwithstanding all the accolades and all the ratings Likat give me and the Young Dems president and all of that, without you, none of that would matter. So I am extremely grateful. You know, my speech writer and my strategist, she said Fitz tonight. And it's a very young lady, eh? She just barely 30 years old. And if you see how this young lady just keep me in check. And she said, don't go off script tonight because the people in them may want to hear you talk for half an hour. But, and I won't go off script, but I got to say this. When I returned from Canada 5 years ago, it wasn't because, as Dr. Friday does say, it wasn't a sacrifice. For me, that is my life's purpose. And Fuji, nobody in this country could prevent the people of East Kingstown from electing me as their next representative on November the 27th. I was born in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Yeah. I'm telling you, nobody go run me. And you know why? You hear this song, short say, me mama must nyam, me papa must nyam. Well, me mama and me papa done dead. And me mama good. But the people of East Kingstown must nyam. And for the young people who don't know what nyam mean, it means you must eat. You must eat a food. Now no 1 and 2 and 3 people eating food and buying a whole set of house in Trinidad and we there can't get nothing for eat. No. But I want to say to you, tonight is not just another meeting for me. Because East Kingstown is my heartbeat. And whether you want to believe me or not, that is up to you. But reality is reality. And when the sun rises in the morning and it sets in the evening, you can't change that. And nobody could change my love for East Kingstown. But I am here to tell you that East Kingstown deserves leadership in government. East Kingstown deserves leadership in government. And you need somebody in government who recognizes and feels your pain. You know, nobody, well, you know, I've made a promise not to mention anything about my opponent. And I'm going to keep my promise. I almost make the mistake and say something, but I ain't going to do it. Look, too many of our mothers in East Kingstown cried this year. Can you imagine? Ralph Gonzalez has been in power. And I ain't going to say government. I'm going to say in power because there's a difference. He has been in power for 25 years. East Kingstown has suffered the dubious, the worst experience
of gun violence in this country's history when the 5 young men were gunned down uptown in Quarry a little over 2 years ago. And can you imagine, up to this day, the Minister of National Security, Ralph Gonzalez, has not done nor said anything about that. We know right here in our communities, Sion Hill and other parts of East Kingstown, we have suffered. Our citizens, our residents, our brothers, our sisters, our aunties, our uncles have suffered because of crime and violence. The constituency has been left to fend for itself with no proper community policing, no youth programs, no support for families who are afraid to come out in their own communities. Look, that could never be normal. It can't be normal. I remember when I played football for Sion Hill, when we done practice down there, and we walk up to Walvaroo up, well, they have steps there now. In my time, they didn't have no steps for go up to Casson Hill. It's big stone we used to jump over. And when we reach up there, well, this is Grave Supermarket now. When we reach up there by nights, and we sit down on the block, and we talk in everything, from politics to who get about any community, all kind of thing. And we sit down there till it dark, we drink juice and we eat heavy bread, them cake, and then we go home. Nobody now for there look around for see who are coming car with dark window roll up and all them things. And today, the young men on our blocks, have been made to live in fear because we are not getting the proper attention from the government with regards to crime and violence. They have neglected us for 5 years. And then after that, they come and show up. Last week, Friday, they come to the community giving out $150 here, $200 there. East Kingstown, you are better than that. You are better than that. To me, that is the worst form of disrespect anybody can do to you. And don't get me wrong, if they come with money wrapped up in jersey, of course you take it. Because it's our money. It's we money. But the intention and the action of coming to you and treating you like if you are on their plantation, and they come every 5 years, they come and they give a little dry biscuit, proverbially speaking, not a real dry biscuit. But the way how they treat you over 4.5 years, it's like you know have nothing. And then the last 6 months, they come and they give a little dry biscuit and say, hey, take that and put we back there. Eh? I want the brothers on the block to hear me, you know, because I interact with them fellas. Down here, Murray Village, up on top Sion Hill. And there's one reason why I do that. Well, lots of reasons. But my main reason, and I'm going to say it here tonight again, I say it all the time. Everybody knows I lost a son to gun violence 11 years ago. Wheezy, Little Terror, they call him. You guys would know him. And I am not going to stand here and make you believe that my son was a saint and all of that sort of stuff. That is not even the issue. The issue is that I lost a son through gun violence. And regardless to what you want to say about him, regardless to how you are, you know, he had a tattoo on his hand, and the tattoo said, only God could judge me, right? But we ain't dealing with that. The issue is, I have vowed, I have made, give me 1 second, Brian, we will deal with that just now. I have made a commitment. And that is the main reason why I came back from Canada to get involved in politics, you know. Because I said, you see what happened to my son? I am going to work tirelessly to make sure that I reduce the risk of something like that happening to any of you youngsters on the block. And I guarantee you, as long as I have breath in my life, inside of Parliament or outside of Parliament, I will not stop working to improve the conditions and the opportunities for the young men on the blocks. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that I am going to ignore the other residents, the mothers, the grandmothers, the children, and so on. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, if we can make conditions better for the young men on the block, we are making conditions better for all of us. And that is my commitment. That is my commitment. For years, the last 5 years in Parliament, I tried tirelessly to get them to do something in East Kingstown. The last 2 budgets, I wrote the Minister of Finance a letter. And I said to him, I said, look, the budget process does not allow the opposition to be involved in designing the budget, to say what should go in, which project we're going to put there. The only time we see the budget is when they bring it to Parliament. So I say, okay, I know I ain't going to change that, but let me try a different strategy. So I wrote him a letter in 2023 budget and in 2024 budget. And I asked him for some basic things, but I was kind of baiting him too, because I know he wasn't going to do it. But I said, let me try him and see. Let me test him. I asked them simply to put toilet and change room facilities down Sion Hill Beach. I asked them to cover the drains coming down Roseau, because you know now in the morning and the evening the traffic gets busy there. And pedestrians, including school children, they are afraid of jumping over the drain and pushing over themselves so cars could pass. So I said, let me ask him. I asked him to put a bus shed in Murray Village and Rockies. I asked them to light the Sion Hill playing field. You know what he did? He sent me, he replied to my email and he said, I acknowledge receipt of your letter. I will have the professionals look at it. They're still looking. They're still looking. That is the disrespect and the disregard with which they treat the people of East Kingstown. But, you know, the people of East Kingstown, they know that the people of East Kingstown are some of the most intelligent and socially conscious people in this country. So they can't come with no foolishness and trickery. Can't, no matter what they try. Look, I remember just earlier this year, I did a video about the Sion Hill. I'm giving you the evidence, because I am not one to come here and bash my opponent, come down here in a public meeting and spend 45 minutes and 44 minutes and 30 seconds you talk about Bramble. Here we say, he ain't doing nothing for we, but as I said, I promise not to talk about him. I posted a video about the conditions of the hard court up in Sion Hill Village. Within 3 days, they reach up there and start to fix. Mind you, I posted a video, a similar video, sometime last year. They ain't do diddly squat, they not do a thing. But because election is near, when I posted the video, they reach. Look, and you know they have the audacity, as the old people that say, they had the gumption and the nerve, and they listen a different word. They had the gumption and the nerve to put a polling station up by the same hard court up in Sion Hill Village. They have no shame. They have no shame. And they know that my philosophy, my approach, I don't believe in just pointing out problems. I believe in offering solutions. So let's talk about what we are building together, what we are going to build together in East Kingstown. We are going to build a constituency with opportunity, safety, and dignity. And let me outline a few of the plans, because we don't have much time. I don't have much time. to celebrate 40 years last year in 2024 was 40 consecutive years since East Kingstown has been represented by a New Democratic Party representative. And I sat down. It took me an entire weekend to put together, I called it the 40-40 plan. And I came up with 40 initiatives, one for each year that East Kingstown was represented by an NDP representative. And those initiatives, I didn't just sit down and go up on AI, you know. We don't deal with AI with them things there. Those initiatives were created based on discussions and interactions I have had with all of you. You see, when I come on the block up Sign Hill on a Saturday morning, every Saturday morning I on the block up Sign Hill. That is my Saturday morning line. And when you see me talking and laughing and joking and eating and drinking with them fellas, that is not my objective, you know. My objective is to listen. Listen. Even when sometimes fellas over there talking, and I do over here all talking and eating, I listening, you know. I shouldn't give me secret, but I listening. So when I come up with these ideas and initiatives, they come from the voices of the people. I don't just come and pick up a computer and come here and tell you some things that sound nice. So, here's the plan. I'm only going to give you about 8 to 10, and they're not going to be long. First of all, we are going to launch a skills training program. And all of these you have heard before. But this is going to be my last meeting for this election campaign. They don't give me the riot act. The campaign team say, Bramble, we need you to go and help some other people in some other constituencies. And it doesn't mean I'm going to neglect you, but I'm saying in terms of public meetings, this is going to be the last one. But you will still be seeing me every day, every morning and every evening in East Kingstown. So,
They will never ever take my crown. But I'm so sorry there's a rock. They just can't hold me now.
But you know, I want to change the lyrics from that. I am solid as a rock because you are solid as a rock. That is why I'm solid as a rock. So, let me go because here now, we have two dynamic speakers coming after me before Dr. Friday. Dr. Shallow, he come just now. When he see the program, he say, why you talking before me? You have somewhere to go? I say, boss, the people of East Kingstown love you so much. I going to save you for after me. Because if I... So, Kish, you don't feel any love. Anyway, let me go. We will build a skills training hub to offer programs, listen to this, in robotics and technology, coding and data science, digital marketing. And I know this is music to the ears of them, for them fellas on the block right there. Let me tell all you something. You see them youth man there? And don't take it as an insult when I say youth man. That is a term that we used to use back in the day. The brethren and them, the youth man. Let me tell you, when I tell all you, we are some intelligent fellas, you know, and it does really hurt my heart. I'm telling you, it does hurt my heart when people passing and categorizing and labeling them man as, oh, them man just drinking rum and smoking weed. Mind you, know, they never once stop to have a conversation with them, but they're judging, passing judgment. Well, Fitzbamble and the New Democratic Party, we ain't passing judgment. We are going to provide opportunities. Electrical mechanics and plumbing, cosmetology and barbering, culinary arts, that is cooking and food services, sewing and garment productions. And these programs, these skills training programs, will specifically target unemployed youth, women who want to re-enter the workforce, single parents, returning residents, and men who want certification in trade. This is about preparing people for real jobs. So when you hear Dr. Friday and the New Democratic Party say, we are going to provide more and better paying jobs, that is how we're going to do it. We are also going to implement the HYPE program, HYPE, helping young people excel. And how this program is going to work, we are going to put aside money. You don't have to borrow this money from no bank. This is money that will be given to you. And within our first term, the objective is to use this money and give it so we can start up at least 50 new businesses in the constituency. And that is going to be duplicated across the country. And not only that, and I know some people will argue and say, but they already had the Prime program. And I have always said, and I've been consistent with this, I think the Prime program was one of the best initiatives that the government implemented or brought in. The problem is the Prime program failed because they did not know how to successfully run the program. We are going to successfully run our HYPE program because when we establish our business hub and our National Development Bank, we are not only going to give young people and not so young people money to start and maintain their business, but we are also going to provide you with the necessary support to make sure that your business succeeds. We're not just going to take it and say, hey, take $50,000 and go see where you could do with it. No. We are going to mentor you and we are going to provide you with the support to make sure that your investment is a successful one. We are also going to make sure that there's better safety and lighting in East Kingstown. As I mentioned before, crime is rising in East Kingstown. And listen, I remember about 2 years ago in Barracks Road, a lady over there messaged me and she said to me, Bramble, we need a street light over here in Barracks Road because when I going home from work in the night, I just be scared. I immediately called Vinlek and I asked them what is the procedure. They said to go and get the, the little yellow thing that was behind the pole number they call it. I got the pole number and I took it to Vinlek. Barracks Road still in darkness. And I ain't blaming Vinlek. But don't fool yourself. It's not Vinlek alone responsible for that. And I'd leave you to draw your own conclusion. We are going to make sure that our communities are well lit. We are going to encourage the establishment and operation of neighborhood watches. In some communities, we are going to make sure that the streets get names. In Cane Garden, for example, the streets have names, but if you walk through them now and you see all the names on them on the pole, they're falling off. Some of them you could hardly read. And you know, the sad thing is that the government doesn't have to do this, All you need to do is to provide the support to the people in the community, and they will do it for themselves. We are also going to the Rockies Community Center. We are going to make that into the Rockies Community Center, or what I call a center of excellence. We are going to put in technological equipment, computers, big screen TVs, what have you, and we are going to use it. And Miss Adams, don't get scared. We ain't taking with the preschool downstairs. As a matter of fact, we are going to provide you with support to enhance the preschool downstairs. And upstairs, we are going to make it a center of excellence where we are going to bring together seniors and the young people. So for example, if one of the fellas on the block up Rockies, they want to go to the Rockies Community Center, the new and improved center of excellence, and they could teach the granny how to write an email or how to log on to TikTok, how to make a TikTok video. Yeah? And then the granny might teach the youngster how to sew, how to knit, how to bake a cake. You want better community? You want better community spirit than that? Right now, the Rockies Community Center upstairs, they have absolutely nothing in there. They use it once in a while when the preschool is having graduation every year. They don't even use it for weddings and so on anymore. It's just there. We are going to make it into a center of excellence. We are going to end the cycle of roads only being patched before elections. We are going to establish permanent road brigades. Permanent road brigades where you're going to deal with potholes, drains, overgrown areas, and small repairs all year round. So, instead of getting a road work in August and December, we are going to have our road brigade that will be working all year round. And you better believe that it is going to work. Here is my signature project that we are going to make sure within our first term, within our first 5 years, this project is going to be started. And I am talking about the Sion Hill Water Park and Boardwalk. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that. Last election, when I introduced the idea, it included a component to deal with dolphin visitations and so on. And I am one person, if I make a mistake or if there's a better idea, I have absolutely no problem shelving it and listening to the people. And people said, boy, Gamble, the dolphin idea is not a good idea. And I said, okay, no problem. And I went back and I tweaked the project. I took out the dolphin component. You know, because the environmentalists felt like it's not a good thing to have dolphins and animals caged up and so on. People have different opinions on it, but I respected the opinion of the environmentalists. So that is out. But you better believe we get in with water park and we get in with boardwalk without dolphins. So what it is going to involve, very quickly, the concept is, right where we have Nancy Rock, we're going to put a city fence out there. So we're going to block off, but you're blocking it off in a way where the seawater could still come in and go out. And we're going to make it like a big natural pool. Within that big natural pool, the water park is, I'm sure you have seen the water parks in Antigua, in Jamaica, in Barbados, where they have all the big water slides and the bouncing castle and the water and all these kinds of things. So what happened to St. Vincent? With the was? Huh? So we are going to get our water park. The project would also include a boardwalk going from Sion Hill Beach all the way around to the tarmac. So in the evening you could go for a little walk and exercise. You could ride your bicycle and so on. It is going to also include restaurants and small shops, playgrounds and outdoor gyms. And it is going to also include, very importantly, as you know, Cane Garden, the community of Cane Garden, there's only one way in and one way out of Cane Garden. And that is not good. So we are also going to put an alternative road from the Sion Hill Beach, come down the hill, down Sion Hill Bay, over the hill, up to Cane Garden. So you have two ways you can enter and leave Cane Garden. So that is going to be a part of the project as well. Sports and cultural upgrades. We are going to make sure that we light. You see the Sion Hill playing field? You could put your pot on the fire and cook. Lights coming in the Sion Hill playing field. And no matter who come and talk, they can't stop it. So we are going to light this playing field and we are going to make sure, look, listen, they spent a lot of money to upgrade Sion Hill playing field. We're thankful for that, right? Sion Hill playing field is now at the standard where it can host regional and international games. But after 25 years, all you could put down Sion Hill playing field is a little pavilion that could have. It can't even hold all the students from Sion Hill Government School. So we are going to upgrade. We are going to upgrade by putting proper seating. We are going to put proper seating, and we are going to make sure that the Sion Hill playing field once again becomes accessible to all the children and young people from Sion Hill and the communities of Walvaroo and Roseau. We are going to transform the Sion Hill Panyard up there, and we are going to make it into a cultural hub. We are going to make it into a cultural hub. And the intention, I know I'm a little long-winded, but as I said, this is our last meeting, and I want you to understand the plans that we have. I ain't come here to ask you for your vote because people say Bramble Bright and Bramble this and Bramble that. I am asking you for your vote so that I can get the opportunity to uplift the constituency of East Kingstown. We are going to upgrade the Sion Hill Clinic into a polyclinic. Can you imagine? I hear a man coming and bragging, but when he was Minister of Health, how they rehabilitated the Sion Hill Clinic and they painted. Recently, an elderly woman from East Kingstown, she called me. She said, Bramble, me can't believe it. I said, what happened? She said, imagine I went to the Sion Hill Clinic, and when I was leaving, the nurse up there asked me, next time you're coming back, bring a roll of toilet paper and put it in the donation box. Can you imagine? We have to do better. East Kingstown deserves better. We are going to also rebuild the agro lab. You remember years ago, you remember in French's, we had the agro lab where Erica, you get your Erica pepper sauce and all that kind. Hold on, Brian, I'll come to you just now. Wait. Guava cheese, that's right, from the agro lab. And the idea behind the agro lab initially, the initial idea was to test the produce. You test them and see if you're going to make guava cheese, what is the best way to do it, what kind of ingredients, how do you go about the food processing process so that you get best quality. But the AgroLab eventually turned into a mass-producing factory of sorts, food processing facility. Well, we are going to revitalize that because remember, the New Democratic Party recognizes that agriculture has to be one of the pillars of development in this country. And when we talk about agriculture, we are not only talking about planting stuff, we are talking about adding value so that you don't only have to take your arrowroot or your guava and export them like that. You could make your guava cheese, you could make your arrowroot baby food, and all these kinds of things. That is what we are going to do. Brothers and sisters, let me finish by saying this. And those are just a few of the plans. When our constituency manifesto comes out, you will see a lot more. And when we get into government, one of the first things that I plan to do as your minister and your representative is to publish and bring to you, with your input, a documented East Kingstown development plan. Now, like them, you know, they published a national social and economic plan in 2013. 2013, and it was supposed to be from 2013 to 2025. And some of the things, listen to some of the things that they had in their national development plan. I'm talking about Ralph and his ULP government. They were supposed to reduce unemployment. They were supposed to reduce poverty. They were supposed to reduce crime. They were supposed to reduce our food import bill. That is what they said in the National Social and Economic Development Plan, you know. And that's the reason why you see they don't like me, because I just bring my facts. I study them. I just study them like I studying for an exam. And I just go and do my research. Every single indicator in their National Development Plan that they said they were going to reduce It doubled almost in every instance. Crime went up, unemployment went up, poverty went up. And they talk about who don't have a plan. I want to close by saying this. East Kingstown, we cannot continue to live with rising crime, with increasing unemployment, with cost of living going through the roof. People in our communities are afraid to go to the supermarket and the shop because they don't want to be embarrassed when they go. They don't have enough money for buy what they have to buy. And when they pick up 3 or 4 items and they go by the cash and they don't have enough money, they have to look around for football. Let me see if anybody watching before I put back this tin of sardine. We deserve better. And we will get better with Fitz Bramble as your representative in government and the New Democratic Party. So I want to say to you, East Kingstown, if you want a better deal and a better future, vote Fitz Bramble and the New Democratic Party on the 27th of November. Love you. God bless you. Good night.
Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old.
Sitting in the cold, not me. No way. They go have to beat me. They go have to beat me. Or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land. I'm gonna die in this land. Nobody gonna run me from where we come from. Nobody gonna run me, lad. Nobody gonna run me. Nobody gonna run me, lad. Nobody gonna run me.
Me mama must nyam. Me papa must nyam. Me woman must nyam. Me picnic must nyam.
Tell them! Nobody can run Fitz Bramble out of East Kingstown. Never happen. Can't happen. Never happen. Can't happen. If you think you ball in the last general elections, well, boy, I don't know what you're going to do this time around. Because it can't happen. It will never happen. Listen, I brought up a gentleman earlier who represents the voice of the young people. He's the president of the Young Dems. Let me tell all you something. We had a meeting in Mariaqua, and a young lady came up on the stage to speak on and for the behalf of young people in Mariaqua. She was dynamic. She was brilliant. She was powerful. And that is what the New Democratic Party is attracting with the young people. We want the smart, young, bright minds to come forward and join the New Democratic Party and to help us build a stronger and better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She was so dynamic, so powerful, that there's no surprise that Fitz Bramble asked her to speak here tonight to the young people of East Kingstown and by extension, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Give it up and please welcome Myra Diamond.
Good night, East Kingstown. Good night, good night. All looking real bright tonight, but real strong. If it's one thing East Kingstown have, is rhythm and plenty things to be developed. But here now, all ready for November 27th? Because the way this crowd sung then, I feel like East Kingstown know where they put in the X. Not true? And let me tell you something quick. I know it's not me alone. Everybody's seeing what's going on. After everything that's been going on recently on social media, I think we didn't have to wait for the 27th. I think they should put me in office by now, not true? The other party already moving like the opposition, to be honest. But hear me, I ain't even start my speech yet. I just warming up the mic. Because the same power in this crowd tonight is the same power we carry in straight into November 27th. So, let me just be formal with you tonight and recognize all the executives, candidates, and the impressive representative of this beautiful constituency, Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble, and the next Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday. So, with that being said, good night to the proud people of East Kingstown, to the hard-working parents, the determined youth, the dedicated supporters, and every Vincentian listening near and far. A pleasant good night to you all. I am here representing my beautiful constituency from the beautiful valley of Mariaqua. Tonight, I stand to you not just to speak, but to remind us of who we are as a people. Resilient, powerful, hopeful, and deserving of a nation that treats every citizen, and not just a few, every citizen with dignity, fairness, and opportunity. We gather here at a crucial moment in our country's history, a moment when many Vincentians are asking these necessary questions. Where is our country heading? Where are the opportunities for our youth? And why are we still waiting for the progress that we were promised? These questions do not come from anger. They come from experience. They come from watching promises shine bright during the campaign season, then disappear when the microphone's torn off. And to many young people, I feel like people feel like speaking openly can cost them their scholarships, jobs, and even opportunities. Well, let me tell you something. That is not democracy. That is intimidation, and it is not fair. I experienced it myself. The moment I used my voice, I saw how quickly some were ready to discourage, threaten, and even silence. But here's the truth. Silence protects the powerful, and speech empowers the people. We cannot continue. No, we can't continue. We cannot continue building a society where young people walk on eggshells, where a different opinion makes you a target and an enemy, where success depends on loyalty to ability, not loyalty to our authority and not ability. No nation can progress under that weight, and SVG right now is carrying that weight. Let us speak honestly. 1,531 students dropped out of school in the last 4 years. That is not a number. That is 1,531 futures interrupted. And here in East Kingstown, we see the consequences clearly. Students at the Thomas Sanders Secondary School, at the Girls' High School, still standing outside in heat and rain, while a school building in town remains unfinished like a ghost. Education is supposed to lift young people up, but how can our students climb when the ladder is missing steps? And a real education revolution is not slogans. It is updated classrooms, qualified teachers, safe buildings, modern resources, and a system that supports students, not one that watches them fall through the cracks. The NDP focuses on equity, scholarships, better facilities, and youth support. Is the path to real change, not talk, but transformation. Vincentians are not lazy. They are under-supported and under-invested. After giving our hard work for 8 hours, they really think we're going to be satisfied with $50? They think that we can accept this hand-to-mouth thing. Walk around anywhere in East Kingstown and you meet young people with talent, ambition, and ideas ready to make money and make it in life. But guess what? No opportunity. Cost of living is rising, jobs scarce, and families stretched thin. And what about the public servants that were dismissed during the pandemic? Families were broken, careers interrupted, and they're still waiting for justice.
People want a change right now, they want a change. Everybody's honest, fed up on the pain. Everybody wants it together, we go in.
And our farmers are struggling as of now. Our agriculture exports weakened. And while Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada, and whosoever else move forward, SVG is left behind. Not because we lack talent, but because those in leadership lack vision. The NDP brings real solutions. Modern agriculture, support for small businesses, young entrepreneurship, and job creation that reaches every community. East Kingstown is strong, vibrant, filled with heritage, but overlooked for way too long. Roads deteriorating, youth spaces promised but never built, infrastructure aging, families waiting years for support, young people made to feel like opportunities are privilege, and that is not fair. The people of East Kingstown are not passive. You are ready for leadership that respects you, leadership that listens, and leadership that delivers.
Foreigners coming and getting well rich. Locals cleaning road and ditch.
And here now, Proverbs 31 tells us, speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves. And Proverbs 29 reminds us, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Tonight I ask, are we rejoicing or are we enduring? Are we tolerating? And the answer is clear. But guess what? The solution is clearer. We must choose leadership that lifts the nation, not leadership that drains it. What Vincentians need to understand, for years we've been told, next year things will get better, hold strain, help coming, airport, going to fix everything, just wait. But while we're waiting, the cost of living rising, the roads breaking, water bills going up, and the jobs just disappearing. And every election season, boom, suddenly a set of promises, a few last-minute projects, and a whole heap of sweet talks. Vincentians realize this now. You have had a government that only remembers you when votes are near. But the people done wise, the people done see, and the people done fed up. East Kingstown is the heart of the capital. Yet, look around. This is not a future that we deserve. And I want all you to hear this clearly. East Kingstown is too important, too powerful, and too full of potential to be treated like an afterthought. So this time, we're doing things different. November 27th is not just another election day. It is a turning point, a moment where East Kingstown can say, we're ready for something new. We're ready for leadership that works for we. We're ready for real change. We're voting for a better economy, for safer communities, for opportunities for youth, for respect, transparency, and fairness. We're voting because we're tired of feeling left out. We're voting because we're tired of empty promises. We're voting because East Kingstown deserves better. And tonight, let me leave you with this. It is time for a change. East Kingstown, hear me well. Change don't come from promises. Change comes from people. And the people of East Kingstown is ready. If we accept the same leadership, we will get the same results. But if we accept this, if we choose differently, SVG will rise differently. So tonight, I call on every first-time voter, every parent, every citizen who believes in fairness and justice. Vote with purpose. Vote with courage. Vote for change. Vote for a future that makes sense. SVG cannot afford another cycle of unfulfilled promises. It is time to move forward. It is time to rebuild. It is time to rise with the white Fitzgerald Bramble. So tonight, may God bless you, protect you, and let His will be done in East Kingstown and across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I thank you.
All you make some noise! Hey, now, man. That is a future leader. That is the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is the future of the New Democratic Party. But the NDP, the young people, have a voice. Well, here now. The next speaker that's supposed to come next have real problems because I don't know how you could top that tonight. I don't know how you could top that tonight. But guess what? I believe that the next speaker can rise to the occasion. You want me to tell you why? Because over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, I saw the biggest rally I ever see in North Leeward in the history of this country. When I tell you it's a landslide in North Leeward, and he has brought that energy tonight in East Kingstown to stand with your candidate, Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. Please welcome the one, the only, the man with the briefcase. Welcome, Dr. Kishore Shallow.
For your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake till I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness
Thank you, Fuji.
of God.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for the welcome. Man, not Leeward crew in the front here as usual. Big up all yourself. I don't know where you all find the energy from every single night. But I love you all for that. East Kingstown, good night. You know, I came all the way from Fitzhughes this evening. And we were in meetings from after 9 this morning at the Democrats' house. The entire team, all the candidates, campaign team, everyone. So it's been a long day. But I said, there's absolutely no way I am going to miss my brother Fitz event tonight. Fitz is my brother, and I support him with every single part of me. Every single bone, blood, everything. Brother Fitz, one love. I want to say greetings to the entire team as well, the other candidates. And I saw the deputy campaign manager, Louise, and the whole team. And every single one of you who turned out here. How pleased I am to actually see this level of support for Brother Fitz. I understand they had an event here recently, and you could count them on 2 hands, the number of people who were here. And they said they had a couple dogs as well. But the truth is, is that Fitz deserves this level of love and support from you, the people of East Kingstown. From the time he was elected, prior to that, of course, but ever since he was elected, in fact, during the campaign and against him last time, they say after elections, he going back wherever he been working. And because I'm quite close to Fitz, I understand the sacrifices that he has made. We would have had several conversations, interactions before I became a candidate. Because over the years, we talk, you know, we stayed connected and so on. I know of the sacrifices with his limited resources that he has given to you, the people of East Kingstown. A selfless individual has offered himself to you. I remember just recently a friend of mine asked me, why am I in politics? Very close to me, and they understand what politics entails in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I said to him simply that SVG is my home. And with all the accomplishments I could achieve, unless I am able to impact my country, then it means that I have not fulfilled my purpose here on earth. And Faith's commitment resonates with that and reminds me day in, day out, why it is important to offer yourself to the people, especially your people, and build our sweet SVG. Fitz, I recall that even while you were encouraging me to join you, you warned me. You say, Kish boy, I really want you to come and join me now, but warning you early, prepare for them fellas. He said them fellas wicked bad. He said they go try and tear you down. Fitz boy, it's a good thing you want me, because I prepare for them. And I have seen it from the day I entered politics as a candidate for the New Democratic Party. There has been a level of attack on me. All across the region, this Prime Minister has gone on campaign against me. And it has been a constant attack, left, right, and center. But, as I said last night in Barley, with Brother Conroy Huggins' event, I said that with the Almighty God by my side, and I will add with my guardian angels, including my mother, looking over me, I fear absolutely no man. And no weapon formed against I, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You all hear me? But the truth is that because we have a government who cannot come before you and convince you based on the track record that you should re-elect them, because we have a government who doesn't have a plan to reverse your struggles, what they have decided to do is to go in the gutter. What they have decided to do is lie, blatantly lie, spread propaganda, and try to manipulate you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The very truth is that we have failed to advance meaningfully under this current administration. While the New Democratic Party has been there in Parliament for years, telling them, warning them, that if they continue like this, we are going to end up in the current state we are. A state where people can't afford basic things. We are in a current state where people are afraid to go to the groceries Because you know, by the time you spend $100, it's 3 items you get in. Somebody said 2. Recently, there was a poverty assessment done, and it was presented on August 5th and 6th this year in St. Lucia, OECS conference. And it shows that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is languishing at the bottom in the region. Now, we can't do better than that. Hold on, Fudgy. The New Democratic Party, because we have been on the ground with you over the last few years, walking with you, we understand your pain. We understand your struggles. And we know that things are difficult. While the other side is saying things are nice. They're saying we're doing well. Anything better than this, is spoiled. They say, where you are with the walk on water, meaning that is the best they could do. And we should just accept that if that is the best you could do, then fine, but it is not good enough for us. And that is why we are going to remove you from office. It's simple as that. In fact, and I'm sure many of you who are in tune would have seen that the former Member of Parliament for the Unity Labour Party, the Honourable Mike Brown, came out and said that he could no longer support this ULP administration. That is a telling thing. When the Honourable Mike Brown, a man of great principle, could come out and say that the party who he has supported for years, he cannot find it within him to go and vote for Ralph Gonsalves and his party. We have to follow Mike Brown's lead. Because Mike has been there, he understands what good governance is, and he could observe with an objective mind and tell all of us that where we are trending as a country, it is not bright. It is not good for our future. And so he's not supporting them anymore, and we are not supporting the Unity Labour Party going forward. But because they do not have any plans, because they do not have a clue how to transform our country, what they are doing and what they are going to continue to do is come forward to you and try to misguide you. So they put out a manifesto yesterday. I ain't read it. I will be honest with all you, because I ain't had time to waste. I know what to expect from them. So a friend of mine who read it expressed her great disappointment. She said, Kishbar, I should have listened to you and don't read that thing there. She said, it is nothing but the same old khaki pants. She said, it's the same thing, and they haven't touched how they're going to address the real issues in our country. They didn't even touch sports in any meaningful way, which is the new economy that the New Democratic Party is projecting as one of the pillars to advance our country. I'll go even further. And Brother Fitz said he don't like to even talk about his opponent. But because they don't have any plans and they don't expect him to come to you with anything, what the man doing, Ras? The opponent, Fitz opponent, I don't know how he reached on my case in North Leeward. I all the way in North Leeward ain't studying the man up here. But the man come by my case. Ashaka? And you know the truth is, right? You all know in World Cup events, in major sporting events, you normally have to go through a qualifier to get to the real finals. The man barely make it to the qualifier. The man barely make it as a candidate. And want to come call my name. All ever see anything so? You cry again, don't worry. And the harsh, this is the truth. Hold on, my partner. And I know you tell me that they didn't pay you. Hold on. I know you tell me that they didn't pay you since you work hard at the cricket festival. I call in on all of the government. Pay the people them who work hard during the festival all they just had. You can't say I represent you, eh? Coming back to Fitz' opponent, briefly. And the truth is a young man who I know very, very well. And I could say a lot of things about him. But out of respect for his father, I choose not to. You all understand? And I will tell all you one more reason why I won't say anything about him. Because I know deep down, knowing the family and knowing the young man, I know that he shares the very same goal and desire to remove Ralph Gonsalves from office as the Prime Minister. So I ain't going to trouble him. Are you hear me? I know that for a fact. And I understand him because there's a significant difference between the two parties. One, you have a leader in Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves who is about self-preservation, who is about him and himself and his family only, who doesn't care about anyone, even his other candidates that he has in the ring. And Fitz' opponent knows this very well. That is why he wants him to go. But on the New Democratic Party side, you have a leader who is about empowering his other candidates, his other colleagues, who is about ensuring that every one of us are grounded in excellence, grounded in principle that we are going to deliver for the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines, because that is our sole purpose for being in government when you elect us. East Kingstown in the upcoming elections on November 27th. You have a couple choices. And they're very easy choices. It's different, it's multiple choices. Because right here in East Kingstown, you have a choice. And that choice is Fitz Brambo. Are you hear me? The choice is Brother Fitz Brambo. But if you want to go further, you could choose between the two leaders who I just described. And it's a clear choice, it's Dr. Friday, any day of the week. And if you want to look at the two teams, a bunch of money-grabbing, desperate people who don't understand your struggles, who don't care about solving you, versus a caring, passionate team that is competent, experienced, and ready to serve you from the 28th of November 2025 as your government. Also, you have a choice between a party with absolutely no plan to take you out of the struggles that you're in and to reverse the trajectory with our poverty. Whereas Dr. Friday and his team is offering you a plan that we have communicated to you over the last year, especially in meetings like these. We have spoken about our 4 economic pillars, and we have said to you on multiple occasions how they are going to work for you. A clear choice. No plan versus a comprehensive plan. And because of the solid and robust plans that the New Democratic Party has put before you, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you're going to choose the team that is ready to deliver for you. I speak with great conviction to say that you are going to storm to the polling stations across East Kingstown and St. Vincent and the Grenadines and vote overwhelmingly for the New Democratic Party. Because we are the party of change. We are the party of progress. We are the party that is about prosperity for one and all here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so I remind you, every single one of you, the job ain't finished yet. On Thursday, November 27th, 2025, we have to get up out of our beds. We have to make sure our neighbor, our friends and family get up out of their beds too. And we are going to go to the polls early on that Thursday. And we are going to vote next to the key for every single one of the NDP candidates. And then in the night, we are going to celebrate a new dawn for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because we know that we have struggled together. We know that we have worked hard together to endure the times, the difficult times under this ULP administration. But together with the New Democratic Party family, we are going to march together successfully for historic change on November 27. East Kingstown, I urge you one last time to stand firm with Brother Fitz Bramble. Stand firm with Brother Fitz Bramble. And together, we are going to win on the 27th of November. East Kingstown, we love you. God bless you. Stand firm.
NDP stand up. All you come in. Yellow.
Hey!
Yellow army.
Come, all you fall in.
Remember good. NDP we ready.
Hey!
Ready now. NDP we ready. We more than ready now. NDP we ready.
All right.
NDP we ready now.
Low, Fuji, low. Give me it low. I want it low. Just keep the bunks and keep it low. Folks, we want to thank you very much for coming out here tonight. We want to remind you that on election day next week, Thursday, you go and put your vote for the New Democratic Party next to the key. All right? What is the code? What is the code? The symbol is? And how we voting? All right then. That is how we doing it. We're going straight to the polls next week, Thursday. Listen, low. Hey, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell all of this tonight, but I'm going to tell all of you. You see, for the rest of this week and weekend coming, all you make sure all you organize all your transportation, eh? You see, for the rest of this week and weekend coming, make sure all you organize all your transportation, eh? That's all I'm going to say for now. Because yellow is the code, the symbol is the key, and we voting NDP. Thank you very much for coming out. Remember, vote Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble in East Kingstown. God bless you and good night.